Hart on the Foxhole Morning Show, 8:06, 6 minutes after the top of the hour. Johnny
and with that, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're viewing. It's the Eastern Time Zone. The Foxhole Morning Show on 103.9 The Fox with Johnny Burke, Steph Barber. My name is Hal. They've got a guest in the studio to talk about real estate. That's Andrew Keller, home seller. And I'm waiting to see if anybody's going to be able to comment and let me see it this morning, like didn't happen yesterday. Stand by. Let's listen.
Shows that the economy might be a little bit better than we might imagine, we hope. And, the fact that they are talking about moving the needle on the interest rates is something that it seems like we talk about every 2 weeks.
Amazing. I'm seeing comments. I don't know why I didn't see them yesterday, but I'm seeing them now. Sheila's here. Linda's here with that name. And Ohio Kim is here. And so's Tina. All of you. Welcome back, ladies.
See what those monthly payments will look like. We use the old analogy of gas prices. You see 7% and you're like, whoa, that's way too much. And then you see 6% and you say, oh, okay, now we're working. Totally forgetting that 4 years ago it was 2.75%. So, there's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of need out there for people that are...
Chris and Rob Suka are also back with us. So the fellas have returned. Again, it's a mystery to me why you weren't here yesterday and why you are here now.
Yeah, this is interesting. I think people need to just look at their own banking situation, their own budget situation.
So we'll let them talk real estate for a while. Because unless you guys are buying a house. Now, if any of you are there buying a house right now and you need information, we can let Andrew be heard and you guys can find out whether or not you want to come to Michigan to buy a home. Because there is one I would have been able to try to sell you because nobody was buying it for like 6 months. Brand new home. But it looks now like it has been sold. This all black house that was just built from the ground out. Obviously not built to somebody's order because nobody was, after the construction crew built it, nobody wanted it. Sween Dog is back once again to join us on this, it's the 26th of August. We've been celebrating a birthday today. And there was one yesterday being celebrated too, but we didn't get to do that simply because I didn't see anything going on over here. You guys did, so you could do that yesterday, but I couldn't. So, too black for Sween Dog. You didn't like the idea of it being entirely black, top to bottom. It was kind of a different look. The design of the home, I agree with Cat Girl, with Linda, it is nice from that standpoint. And I haven't ever gone to the other side of the house to find out if they have like a nice looking patio or something. I've just seen it from basically two different vantage points. I haven't seen the other two vantage points to find out what the rest of the house looks like. So maybe I should do that and find out. 3 months till Christmas, Rob Suka says. Huh. Okay. If that's the way you want to go. Yeah, yesterday, 4 months actually, says, yeah, well, way more than that. We got way more than 3 months. We got 5, actually. 4 months. It was August, just 4 months. Oh, Kim's going to get a carrot cake tomorrow. We're not going to wait until the next time it comes around. Look at that, Ohio Kim. We're not even going to wait till next year's birthday. We're going to get one right away. That's how Cake Queen works. Check that out. So be here for that. When Tina leaves here, it'll be 2 months in hospital rehab. Time flies when you have fun, right? It is. Wow. Have you become, Tina also is on that carrot cake train. Have you become best friends with the PT workers over there? Do you have any favorites? Have I bought Christmas gifts? You want to ask me, Rob Suka? No, I haven't, but I've got some in mind. This is the way I try to operate. Most people, when they're buying Christmas gifts, will wait until the very last minute to figure out what it is they want to get, and then they just hope that the store still has them or that the Amazon site that they're visiting still has them in stock that can get the product to you before Christmas. Because sometimes if you order too late, they may have it in stock, but delivery being what it is, yeah. Thelma getting a cake next month. Oh, okay. Boy, this kitchen is becoming a busy place here to get these cakes done. Kofi is great, and Steve and Cindy too. Those must be the people you're working with. Cartons of Fireball for Rob Suka. That would be what... Well, Swing Dog, she made him a cake. She made Rob Suka a Fireball cake. I don't know if you were here to see that, but she did do that. She came up with a Fireball cake for him. It's like a magician can come up with that. Can't believe that doesn't have her own Food Network show yet at this point.
My neighbor across the road there, and just chatting about neighborhood stuff, and he shared that he was moving at the end of the month. They're in a house that they've been renting, but they're at a point now between her kids and his kids. Everybody's kind of aging out.
And Steve, she says, looks like Jack LaLanne. Okay, here comes the question for you, Tina. The 50-year-old Jack LaLanne, who became famous as an exercise guru, or the 90-year-old Jack LaLanne, who we more recently were able to see, who still looked like he was in pretty good shape even at 90. Which one does he look like? And did you tell him that? Does he? If you told him that, does he know who Jack LaLanne was? The 50-year-old version. There used to be, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but I know when I was a kid, I do remember growing up seeing this. There were two exercise shows seemed to be a thing on TV in those days. In the mornings, back when the stereotypical housewife hours, because the guys, it was mostly guys that were going to work, and in those days more of the women could stay home, take care of the house and do that kind of thing, and they do all the chores around the house and all the things that would keep them busy, but they wouldn't necessarily have time to look after themselves and their own health beyond whatever you were doing, maneuvering around the house, getting all of the chores done. But there were two, as I remember distinctly, two exercise programs that were on at that time that were very popular, at least here in Detroit when I was growing up watching. Jack LaLanne was one of them, and the other one is a guy by the name of Ed Allen who was on. That sounded like an air name, so his name wasn't probably that, but that's what it was when it was on the air. And he was doing an exercise show as well. And I remember that at the end of, matter of fact, he may have done the entire show from the beach. Jack LaLanne looked like he was more in a gym setting, whereas Ed Allen was he was on the coast of some place because he was over by a beach when he was doing those ads. You told Cindy that she said he does look like him. Linda thinking the only ones that are here that know that name, Jack LaLanne, are just the three of us. Well, I don't, do any of you remember the name Ed Allen? Do any of you remember the name Ed Allen as an exercise leader and with a very popular, because I don't remember if that was, well, I would think if he was at a beach, it certainly wasn't in Michigan. So it wouldn't have been a local show. It would have had to have been a network show from somewhere. Who is Jack? Jack LaLanne was his name. He is gone. He was 90-some, lived to about 90-some, and he was in shape the whole time. And he gave you exercises that looked like they would probably be fairly easy to do. But they weren't. The thing about it is he made it look easy. These guys that are that in shape really make exercising look like anything anybody could do if they wanted to get their mind right to do it, right? And then so very few people do it. It's kind of like that whole, when they get to the New Year's resolution stage, and the first thing you're going to do, you're going to lose weight, you're going to exercise, and you're going to eat right and all that good stuff. And for the first 3 days in January, you do that. And then after that, you realize that that isn't as easy as it looks. And then you give it up. That's kind of happens. Tina remembers the beach. Swing Dog remembers, I assume, Jack LaLanne when he was a kid. Healthy guy. That's it, because he always, and he wasn't one of those guys. I mean, he ate right, he smoked right. He had these healthy protein kind of drinks that he would drink. The other thing, I remember him doing an exercise that was like this, for the neck, that were for the neck muscles. If you don't want to get all these wrinkles in this turkey neck side of you, you have to do this. He did that all the time. Linda's mind is not the problem. And I mean, it did seem to help him, but I guess you have to start earlier in life in order to do that, to stop that from being an issue. All right, I guess I hear them ending their discussion about real estate, so now we have to talk about traffic in a second here.
Okay. Outdoor deck done before the cool days of fall. Michigan Lumber has premium decking material from
Food fight coming up Friday. Yeah, it is. Knees, hips, shoulders, etc. for Linda as a blockage to great exercise days. Tina still does that chin exercise to this day.
This is Georgie from Vehicle City, Harley Davidson, and I'm inviting you to Bikes on the Bricks. We have our police escorted ride
How about
taking
that?
off that Saturday, so definitely come check us out at Vehicle City, Harley Davidson.
Pain. But the body feels 90. Do you think it would if you kept on doing it, though? Here's the key. Yeah, it's going to feel really challenging to get started with an exercise routine of any kind if you're not used to doing it. But like people who start running you can start running at pretty much any age, and you better only run a few steps to start with because it's going to be a challenge just to do that. But if you work up little by little by little by little, eventually you can go on and do things. I work with a couple of people who were in their 40s maybe when they started running, weren't at all runners, and then they turned into enthusiastic enough runners that they're running half marathons, all that kind of, and anytime that there's a road race in their area, they enter it, and they usually do well. But it took them relatively later in life to get into the enthusiasm for doing that. Then there's arthritis, which doesn't help. Where is Pathfinder? That's a good question. He may be pathfinding right now. That's Sly Man. Tina is actually getting some benefit from that chin exercise. Cutting the grass uphill will work. Swing Dog, that's one way. It's moving, and it's moving somewhat strenuously. That does help.
Muscle loss, they're all signs of low testosterone. At Limitless Male, we treat the root of the problem.
Getting old sucks. That's why I keep constantly hammering to you guys. Think here for your age. Try and keep moving. That's the point. Keep moving. How was TikTok this morning? Good. Did all right. We had 600 people. 600 plus people were on with us for a bit.
A positive attitude, self-motivation, and a good work ethic are a must. Full benefits package with unlimited income potential. potential. Send your resume to 4511 Miller Road, Flint, Michigan 48507 or email bbailey
You
at
mixed
classicfox.com.
12 bags of cement on Saturday. Wow.
Are you tired of running out of space? Check out Menard's self-storage facility.
That'll build sound muscles 12 ways, I'll tell you.
24/7 access, surveillance, and on-site management. Menards has warehouse units at the best prices in the area, and your first month is free. They're going quickly, so reserve yours now at menardsselfstorage.com. Unit and offer details may vary by facility. Save big money at Menards.
Here we go. Fenton Township, the 4200 block of Silver Lake Road, a crash there that's going to slow things down. We also have a problem in Grand Blanc Township. This is a messy accident involving injury. Happened just a little bit ago. It's on Baldwin Road, just east of Gainey Drive. Keep clear of that so they can work that one out. And westbound 69 at Hammerberg Road, an earlier crash creating a slow-go spot. We're still cleaning that one up. For updated vehicle city traffic information, you check out classicfox.com/traffic. And whenever you run across an issue, be it a crash or an unusual delay, let us know at 810-230-WRSR. That's 810-230-9777. You'll be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox. National Dog Day. You're filling in the potholes with those bags of cement. Massachusetts, I don't know if those potholes are nearly as big as the Michigan ones. We're pretty famous, or shall I say infamous, for those. But I'm sure you do have your share. One thing that I was really impressed by when I lived out east in Maine, where they have toll roads, the roads were just smooth. Tell you. And then I come back to Michigan and I get, look, it's like driving on the moon over here. Usually, we've had a couple of places where they've worked hard to try to fix some of that because, well, you know, at some point you got to fix the damn roads. But when it does happen, people get upset because you have to fix the road by blocking that road off. And then the people who normally travel that road and have to be detoured are mad because they're inconvenienced. That happened in this town, in Clio. It's just stopped last week. They finally finished it up just in time for the start of school year because school started yesterday. And they finally lifted all of the barricades out of the way and the orange barrels and cones last Friday so that the road is now clear to be able to go through. You want to move to Maine. It's a pretty town, state. A lot of pretty towns in it. Usually get a pretty good price for lobster, too, I think. The weeding is what gets Linda. The weeding is what gets you. You doing any of that today? And then you dance to the music. And not realizing you're moving, later on you pay for that because you were moving and didn't realize it. As long as you're always moving some, that minimizes the damage, though. Right? Scallops also. Oh, that's good prices on scallops in Maine. You know what bugged me is that I never started eating lobster until about 4 years or 5 years after I lived in Maine. Never had it when I was there. And so I never even bothered to, because I didn't start eating fish until right around then. So I didn't even get to appreciate what it would be like to have lobster directly in Maine from, pretty close to the source where they caught them. You're always in the yard when you're home. That's good. Eases stiffness, and Tina loves scallops. Tina, I don't know if you heard, but it was the New Jersey Real Estate Association, I think it was, that came up with the determination that Flint City Hall is now officially the ugliest public building in the country. It was the New Jersey Real Estate Association that came up with that list.
And joined Steve Driver over there when he broadcast live on Saturday. It's fall on the farm. Lots to do out there at Flushing Farms. I've got the whole family covered. If you're the third caller at 810-230-9777, call now to win on the Fox.
Training for the Fall Leaves Marathon, that's coming up, yeah. We moved way up to Maine from Princeton, New Jersey to retire. Wow. Most people move south. That's interesting. It is now 3:27 in the afternoon in Finland. And yet here is Rapsuka hanging with us, where people are still trying to wake up. Yep, Maine is terrific. A lot of water around that area, certainly where I lived. I lived right, I mean, it wasn't even a half a block. It was like right in my backyard, the Atlantic Ocean, renting a house over there. And it was intimidating to listen to that in the middle of the night. When you look out and back and it's just black out there and you can hear the sound of the waves and just that kind of, it's kind of a special kind of a white noise that you hear from that. Linda composts those leaves. Restaurant in Maine named Provender. Is that the name of the restaurant or the town? Because if it's a town, I'm not familiar with the name. Speaking of restaurants, what do you guys think about this Cracker Barrel controversy? I don't understand that there's such a big deal being made about it, but apparently it is a big deal. They switched their logo. And the place, everybody is going just nuts about the fact that they switched their logo. Like it's going to completely wreck their business, and maybe it is. I guess I never paid attention to the impact that a logo has. Oh, it's the name of the restaurant. Okay. Awesome to hear waves in the back, in the yard, in the middle of the night. It's different. It's different if you come from an area where there's a limited amount of water to be exposed to, which I did growing up in Detroit. There wasn't a whole lot of water by me. Now I get into the broadcast business, and almost everywhere I've lived has been right on the water or within sight of water, except for here.
2, 2.5, 2 3/4, 3.
She is number 3.
Yes, I'm so excited.
What is your name?
My name is Kim Bailey.
All right, Kim, congratulations.
The name of the Westerwan. Okay.
Attend Flushing Farms this weekend. A great thing to do on
Thank you, Kripke.
weekend. It's fall on the farm at Flushing Farms, and they've got the pumpkin patch and the flower patch, and they've got the petting zoo, and they've got the barrel train rides, the inflatable obstacle course. The corn mazes are, I don't know if they're done yet, but the corn mazes are being built. I know that. They're getting ready for that. All of that going on at Flushing Farms, and the fresh cider donuts that they make right there.
They're so good.
And they have that great apple cider too. So enjoy it with the whole family. Compliments of 103.9 The Fox.
Thank you so much.
Just one of the things going on this weekend. Of course, that'll be from 11 to 1 on Saturday that Steve Driver is broadcasting live. The Fox Monster will be your indication when you're driving out there that you're in the right spot. This is kind of actually, in some senses, it's a slower weekend. You know, you have all that stuff that we shove into August and everything, all of those events, but everybody leaves Labor Day open because you never know what people are going to be doing. So they've got the Michigan State Fair. That's underway as of what? Day after tomorrow. That starts up. So Michigan State Fair is going to be going on. The Michigan Peach Festival in Romeo is a happening thing. The State Fair, by the way, is in Novi, in case you're wondering. Copper Harbor Trails Fest going on this weekend. In Detroit, the Detroit Jazz Festival. In Lexington, the Thumb Fest. The Logging Festival in Newaygo, Arch Dockside in St. Ignace, Michigan Bean Festival in Fairgrove, closer to home for us here, and the Labor Day Mackinac Bridge Walk, pretty much it statewide. And there are little other events going on all over
I
the
saw
place.
the digital signs up along I-69 telling us that they're going to close the Mackinac Bridge from 6:30 until noon.
Yeah, so you can
for
go out
the
the
bridge
bridge walk.
walk, yeah.
Have you ever been?
I have not.
I did that. It's fun.
I can imagine.
It's fun. It's about 7 miles, though, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a short distance, but you go from end to end. The ramps up to the bridge and the bridge itself, that's 7 miles.
I've been across the Golden Gate Bridge a couple of times, but never the Mackinac.
And they're probably pretty close to the same.
I think so.
I have no idea what the differences. I'm sure they're not exact, but yeah, they're pretty close. 8:33 right now is our time here. Don't forget our friends at Professional Hearing Clinic.
What I don't get about Cracker Barrel is I don't think they've changed anything inside the restaurant in terms of the menu or the decor or the ambiance or anything. The only thing that's changed that I'm able to gather is the logo. Yet it's got people just apoplectic about that. They've updated the logo. It's going to lose all their business. I don't get that, but maybe they do. I don't know. I've only been there a couple, 3 times. It's nice. It's just old stuff around, but the food's good. Guys, thank you very much for your attendance, your attention, and being here on as long as you were able to do it. I was glad I was able to see your comments. That's cool. Maybe we can do this again tomorrow, huh? What do you think? We're going to start on TikTok and then make the rounds. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. That's the order. Tick, Face, Twitch, Tube. I think Boss Lady, our birthday lady, has left us, but we will enjoy the rest of the cake that is left over from her party. I think we got another one coming tomorrow. Cake Queen is busy at that. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Ohio Kim is the one who's going to get the next cake, it looks like. So we will see all of you guys. Okay, the logo and the plan on painting it white with old stuff in frames. So they haven't done it yet, though. But people are still nuts. Okay. Well, anyway, have yourself a pleasant, peaceful, productive rest of your Tuesday. Come on back here tomorrow morning, starting on TikTok or whenever you can make it, for as little or as much of the live stream as you can. We will see you and your friends, the Hal Raisers, right here in the Hal Hole, okay? Okay.